change the shock cord inside my tent poles. And you can see how it's gone a little bit manky. So there's some really tight and skinny parts here along the cord. Even though I do take good care and not stretch or snap my cords back into place, after about 8 years of use, it's about time. So the first thing you need to do is figure out how to actually get into and remove your old shock cord. These ones, this is the Macpac Sololight. This is really easy. They've got little screw top ends that come off, and the old cord was threaded through there. So I simply removed that, pulled the old cord through in preparation for the new one. Now the other thing that's important to know is you need to keep your poles in order that they came out, because you don't want to mix them up, because those people who design these tents, they have the poles to come in a really specific way. One thing you can do to keep them in order is to grab yourself a Sharpie and actually just number your poles. Now you can buy a new shock cord from, say, Amazon or eBay, a lot of different places online, down at your local hardware shop, or go back to your manufacturer and ask them to send you some, like what I did here. Tie a knot in one end and secure it to the lug. Now, finding the other end, start feeding through your poles in order. So I'm starting with my pole number 1. All goes to plan, it should pop out the end and pull it all the way through. And now it's simply a matter of threading everything through in order. You can see how this is going to work. Easy. So just continue that all the way through until you've got all of your poles in order back on the new shock cord. Now I'm getting towards the end, and the cord is actually going to need to have some tension on it, so I've still got enough length to get it through the last 2 poles. So there's a couple of ways of doing that. You could use a peg. I'm just going to actually use some gaffer tape. So I'm going to pull through some from this end, and this is all of my poles lined up here. Pull it out through, get some tension. Then I'm just going to take some gaffer tape and tape it to the pole, hold it in place. And continue threading. Add a little bit more tape to hold this one in place before I release this one. Now the final piece, apply a lot more tension now. And now I've come to the end. Great. Now I just want to make sure I've got the right amount of tension on my poles by doing a bit of a bend test, and then I'm going to shorten this, cut it off and tie a knot, and just going to feed that through. Tucking the knot in and screw that in place. And there we have, as good as new, my tent poles ready to go for my next trip.